Hello and thanks for tuning in again. This week was the first week of my 1-month keto challenge, and I'm quite excited about telling you what happened to me this week. And until we get there, as usual, I just say thanks for watching. So today, like the rest of the week, it is quite windy and also raining on and off, so I hope I can record everything properly, but excuse me if the sound is not 100% proper. I will try my best. Well, like I said, I'm in the first week of my keto challenge, which means that I try to get all of my carbs out of the system. I will get into ketosis, which means my body will use up fat instead of carbs as an energy source. But to get there, to get into ketosis, you need to have a few days where you have reduced your carb intake to under 30 grams per day. So that is what I did, and also that is what I plan to keep doing, to keep it under 30 grams per day. And you also need to keep in mind that you need to get enough fat into your body. So you at least have to take in 175 grams of fat per day. And also, of course, you need to have a look and an eye on your calories overall, so that you are not going crazy there. And these were exactly my priorities this week. First, to make sure that I am staying under 30 gram carbs. Second priority is that I am getting at least 175 grams of fat, ideally between 175 and 200. And also my third priority, to keep an eye on my calories, and the calories need to be between like 2,000 and 2,500 per day. So this is what I tried to do, and I guess I was quite successful this week. Even though I had some missteps by miscalculating stuff, like when I had some salads in between, I forgot to calculate in the herb mix, which comes at like 5 grams of carbs per pack. So that is something that might have pushed me to 35 grams on that day. But overall, it should still work. You know, like in the beginning, you should stay under 30 grams. Later on, it is said that you can even go up to 50 if you are in ketosis. But to get into that, you still need to be under 30 in the beginning. So maybe I am just getting into ketosis at the end of a week, because there I was very strict and had like 10 or 15 grams only per day. But yeah, I will find out. In the first week, also in the middle of the week, I had a little bit of a stomach issue, and I felt a little bit woozy. I had a little bit of a headache. I'm not sure if I was coming down with something small or if that is just my body reacting to that change of body chemistry. I assume that is true, but I'm not 100% sure, but I just wanted to let you know that as well. But right now I feel pretty good. And as I didn't go shopping properly the day before, and my weekend at the start of this challenge was quite packed, I had to start Sunday, my first day, with eating leftovers from my birthday, where I basically just fried up some pork belly and some large sausages, which is not the ideal breakfast. But over the week then I was going shopping and bought some stuff like bacon, and I had eggs. I had little sausages as well, breakfast sausages. So I was using those and I mixed it up a little bit in the morning. So sometimes the eggs were fried, sometimes they were boiled, but soft boiled. Sometimes it was bacon, sometimes not, you know. So I switched it up a little bit here and there to make sure that it is not getting boring that quickly. And I guess in the second week I will not even use bacon anymore, because I had too much of it already. On Monday then I also had a so-called Flintstone steak, and it actually was called that. It even says that on the packaging. And I was quite curious and looked forward to eating that, because it was 900 grams of meat. I really love to dig into that. But I also didn't calculate it in that this, of course, brought my daily intake that day to over 4,000 calories. Yet still, the first day I lost over a kilo, and the second day, even after eating that steak, I lost another 200 grams or something. So everything was on track. My big mistake I made in between though was having salad, because like I said, I miscalculated the carbs that are in the herb mix. But also, of course, the salad itself and the cucumber, everything has carbs in it. Not much, but at least enough to be wary about it. So the large portion I had that I usually eat was putting me right to the limit. I hope I didn't get over it, but maybe, like I said, due to the herb mix not calculated in, I went over. And as you can see now, it is really getting windy. I hope my camera is still picking up everything properly. So let's see. Where was I? Oh, the salad. So I had like a large bowl again, and that put me to the limit, but I can still have salad, and I plan to still having it, but in smaller portions, especially paprika, so the bell pepper, and tomatoes. And tomatoes I didn't even use, but the bell pepper has a lot of carbs in comparison to the other stuff, so I will need to do just smaller portions, and then I still can fit it in, I guess. My highlights this week, of course, were having the possibility to dig into pork belly and stuff like that, but also having currywurst, which is a Berlin specialty. So currywurst is basically just a larger sausage that you fry up in the pan, you cut it down, and then you just put ketchup and curry and paprika and stuff like that on it. So that is something I can enjoy, even though there is ketchup in the mix, and ketchup for each portion is like 50 to 70 gram of it, and it contains 5 to 8 gram of carbs if you use the low sugar version, which I did. So it's still manageable, but you need to keep an eye on the carbs then the rest of the day. But that is nice and works quite well. And I made myself some rissoles, so like small pieces of minced meat and then fried up in the pan. It's also something that in Berlin is called boulette, which is a specialty here. And as I used minced meat, it has 1 gram of carbs per 100 grams, so that is also next to nothing. And that is something I will likely do again in the future. My go-to snacks this week, by the way, were salami, so like a large chunk of salami is just sliced down, 100 grams of it, or maybe sometimes only 50. Then mini salamis, so those sticks, also a nice snack. Those have like 1 gram of carbs per 100 grams. And of course, I enjoyed a lot of cheese. And of course, it's windy again. And of course, I enjoyed a lot of cheese. So cheese cubes, and there's also a small portion of cheese you can just get, 50 grams, which is Gouda, and that has 0 carbs, which is perfect. So those were my go-to snacks this week. So now at the end of the week, I felt quite well. Everything went as expected. I lost 2 kilograms, which makes me quite happy. I am not tired anymore. I never felt hungry, which is also a plus. And yeah, everything is working as planned. The interesting thing though is that everyone told me in the beginning that keto is very complicated and it's a strange thing to do. And some people told me don't do it. Some people told me you will enjoy it. So some told me that you really will be energized quite a lot, you will feel fit. Another friend told me that I will get completely aggressive due to the fact that I miss carbs so much, which so far I don't think is true, but I will find out over the next weeks. You can also find 100 different information in the internet about keto and about eating eggs and stuff. So some people say it is bad for you, others say it's great. Some people say too much fat is bad, but you know, you can find exactly what you want to find if you just look for it long enough in the web. So that's me for this week. I hope you achieved everything you wanted to achieve this week. I'm pretty happy with what turned out to be a good week for me. I hope the next week also will be great for every one of us. I hope I will lose some more weight, especially in the first phase of keto. It is supposed to drop like crazy, so let's see if that is true. And until then, I hope everything you have planned for next week will come to fruition. I hope you stay healthy. I hope you switch back in next week to see what's going on with me. And until then, as usual, I just say thanks for watching.